Gameiverse. Hello everyone, and welcome to VentureVerse, Legend of Ulora. So this game was developed and published by Final Four Studios and from what I can gather, I think that is just one person, I believe goes by the name of Matt. This game came out about midway through 2018, and it's like an action adventure RPG sort of game with like puzzle aspects. It's very interesting. It's essentially, you're playing as a guy and you go through dungeons just solving puzzles and stuff, and like there's a few enemies in there, like there's a little bit of combat. It's weird to describe, I guess. It's just like, essentially I almost imagine like going through like a Zelda dungeon, but you know, a bit different than that. And before I start to, very quick disclaimer here. This game is on Steam, but it's not actually available to play yet. Like, it's essentially like you can't buy it or download it or anything. If you already have it, you can play it. And that's because the developer to this game essentially has started focusing on other things, but apparently, according to a post that he made, he will continue working on this, and I really hope he does, because it's actually a pretty fun game, from what I've tried of it. So currently, unavailable right now, but it could be available in the future. That being said, let's jump right into it. I did basically just play the tutorial and like a little bit of something else. There's a couple things to explain, but it's fairly straightforward. So basically, this is your camp. This is like your base of operations. From here, you can like change your equipment. Like you have a sword, a staff, armor, that good stuff. And then over here, we can choose which dungeon to go to. Like, so there's a whole bunch of dungeons you can explore, and there's different things to do in said dungeons. So like, for example, let's go to the Glimmer Shard Mine. Essentially, it's just going to take us over there, and it's going to cost a little bit of time to go over there. We might be near a different town, so maybe they're selling different things, that sort of thing. Like here, we're next to Olgarstead. So I'll probably, we'll go into the town afterwards, but for right now, I think we're all ready to go, and we're just going to hop directly into this dungeon. The Phantom Path. So it's broken up into like, you go through rooms of a dungeon, and essentially, quite simply, you're just trying to get from one room to the next, doing whatever challenge is in the room that you're currently in. So, like, let's see. Oh, there's some people here. And, whoa, a newcomer! Look alive, team! The name's Kira the Courageous. This here's Edward the Extremely Good. Hi. And that's Todd. So... Really gone all out for this. That gear must have cost a fortune. So here's the deal. We've located the hideout of Ulora's biggest threat, Lord Stefan the Ruthless. He's somewhere deep in this mine. The problem is, it's extremely dark in there, and the mine is filled with all manner of tricks and traps. We didn't expect Stefan to cheat like this, so we only brought one lantern. Oh, okay. So we're gonna grab a lantern. I guess that's gonna help for the puzzles in here. Boop. There we go. I think I understand this. Alright, wow. Well, we already got a new item right off the bat. Okay. So it seems like a lot of the dungeons, too, I guess they have their own specific thing to it. So it's constantly changing, like, what you're doing in all the dungeons. So, like, this one seems to be focused around the lantern. So I guess this is a good time to very quickly explain the controls of this game. Basically, on the bottom right, you'll see that I have a bunch of different gear. I have a sword and a staff. I couldn't think of the name. This is essentially if I come across any creatures. This thing lets me pick up items, only certain ones, though. I can't pick up any of these. So, like, for, like, puzzle blocks and stuff. And then now we have the lantern to absorb light from the different things. And the whole premise of this game is we just got to Ulora, and we're trying to get these shards to, like, I guess restore power to the goddess statue, or something along those lines. And, hello there. We got a key. Okay. It's fair enough. And this is essentially what it is. It's broken up into rooms, and you go from room to room and just solve the individual challenges in each of the rooms. So in this one, let's see here. Phantom Blast, perhaps? Yeah, okay, so we blast it to activate those little switches. And, oh god, it goes into 2 different directions. Alright, well, here we go. Split paths. And so, what is this? Puzzle cam. Oh boy. So, am I supposed to, like, blast these? Oh. Oh, I see. So it's like that, isn't it? Alright. Does this hit all of them? It does. This, okay. Alright, I understand this now. I feel like my puzzle solving skills are not up to par. Ooh, that actually hit both of those. Can I, like, get just those three? I can get just those three. And then we just walk up here and just get that one. Okay, alright. Just, it took a hot second. Oh, and then we just have to do both rooms, I guess, to unlock that room. I think. Alright, this is a lot more, like, open form than the one I was previously in. Like, the tutorial dungeon essentially is a linear dungeon where you go through. So this is neat. It's actually like a full-fledged dungeon where you just go through the rooms. Very reminiscent of, like, I guess the best comparison I would have to it would be like literally like a Zelda dungeon or something where, you know, where you just have to solve the puzzles in the area that you're in to just progress through it. Oh, here we go. So this is combat. So we're going to swap over to this. So for my sword, it's very simple. It's just close range hit. This guy doesn't appear to be This guy doesn't appear to be affected by it. So let's try the staff attacks. This is the long range, which I don't know if it did something. This is the short range, which I didn't even get off. Well, oh, you know what? Maybe a lantern. Oh, then I make him appear, and then I beat him. Ah, I see. Okay, so the lantern is the lantern is, I guess, just the very integral part of this dungeon. There we go. Okay, I'm understanding it. It's very cool. I'm surprised that this game actually didn't garner more attention. It's a very simplistic game. The combat is, I'm not gonna lie, it's a bit clunky, because like when you do a sword hit, right, you would charge your sword hit, almost. Like you don't have to, you can click the button, but when you do, like, I'm gonna be constantly moving forward, right, from here. Let's move forward and click it, and you just stop. So it's not like the most intuitive combat. It's not supposed to be. It's more so, I think, focused around puzzles. It's just like kind of you might break it up with like little bits and pieces of combat in there. Okay, so we absorb that, and then we just have to blast these. Here we go. Oh, then that clears their color. So if I do that, can I just do this from here? Yeah, oh, and then I go over here and then absorb that and then do it from here. There we go, okay. I am slow, okay, I'm understanding this dungeon now. I'm getting with it out here. Oh, we got a bunch of different colors. Oh, boy. Okay, so I have a question, right? Let's test this. Does this mess with the other things? It does. So let's go here, maybe do that. No, wait, actually, no, that's wrong. We don't do that yet. We have to get the blue first. So let's go over and get the blue. We can do these two right now. And then we can do specifically this one. Can I just get that one? Yeah, all right. And then we have a red and white. So let's use our big brain knowledge here. So I mean, we could do this. If we do the white though, it's going to deactivate like all of these. I don't know which ones I should deactivate. I also just realized I don't actually know how to get white light. Maybe that's activated by everything. You know what? I think it is activated by everything. In that case, there we go, okay. And then we have that gate open. And I hope this leads to that, because I don't remember how to get back there. It does, perfecto. All right. And then we got some chests here, which is gonna give us, hopefully, some good stuff. Random item. This here's a Valor Medal, which I'll talk about later when we actually go into the town. And that is a Vara, which is essentially money in this game, which you can use to buy like different equips and stuff like that. Okay, I need to actually take a look at the map now. Okay, so I need to go all the way back to the entrance from here. Okay, this should be right, and then there's a door on this side, which I'm actually not sure how to open. Oh, there was another door up there that I didn't go into. Okay, no, we have to go there. This is where we were supposed to go. I didn't realize there was another door here that I hadn't gone into. And, okay. I mean, this seems pretty straightforward, yeah? We just grab this, and we whap this one. We grab this, This. We whap this one. And then I believe this one can just be activated by anything. Oh, is it like on a timer? It is on a timer. Okay. So we gotta go fast, we do that. Wait, what? It cancels it when I go out of there? Oh, you know what? It's a pattern, I think. I think that's maybe what it is. So like we do that, because that stays if I leave, and then we do this, and then that stays. Then we grab this, grab that, and then do this. There it is. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so it's very reminiscent of like the early Zelda games especially, where it was a top-down view, you know, and you essentially were just going through trying to solve puzzles. And this is essentially like that, but there's a bit more to it that you can actually see, you know? All right, and then we go out. Okay. All right, and there's an example of a dungeon. You also take a little bit of like equipment damage afterwards, depending on what happened in the dungeon. You get some XP at the end as well, which gives you more things that you can buy in town, as well as like just some money in general. Like, so now I can buy a witch scythe if I so please from the town. And there we go. So when you're not questing, you can actually pay a visit to the town and just buy some things, and there's many different things you can buy. So like if you head over to the blacksmith, I can look for different swords and stuff. I already have a sword that I'm pretty happy with right now. You know, armor. The armor is like, there's different mana values and HP depending on like whatever you feel like going. I've just kind of gone with like a somewhere down the middle one where I just do more damage with my stuff. Headgear, completely cosmetic, so you can, you know, you can also create your character when you start the game, so you can make yourself semi-look like how you want, you know? There's not a whole lot of options, but it's something. And amongst these, you can buy like just some items, like I didn't have to use it, but there's like health potions and stuff like that. Here, you can buy staves, which is just, you know, each one has different effects. They also have runes, which in and of itself is like spells for a staff, yeah, and you can like change like the different things that your staff can do. Training grounds, the Valor Medal that I got earlier, this is where you come to spend it. You can get more HP, more mana, or you can make it so shop prices are a bit cheaper if you want to, you know, buy things at higher values. Or, sorry, lower values. That'd be an interesting buff, wouldn't it? You have the inn where if you get damaged, which I actually am a little bit damaged, I can rent a room, so it's going to heal me, and a little bit of time will pass, so it's like day 2-8, now it's day 2-16, you know? And there's also the dye shop if you want to like further like go into changing how you look, like if you go for palettes. Like you can do a whole bunch of different stuff. Actually, this one's really cool. I'll keep that one on for right now. So it's basically just stuff that you can use for like for customization, just, you know, to help you along the way. So I think we'll do one more dungeon. There's also usually multiple levels to a dungeon, so like if I were to start this again on this mine, you see that now there's another one that you can go through. But for the case of this, since we're trying to just, you know, take a look at everything, let's go to a different dungeon, because they'll probably have its own, like, specific mechanic for it. So let's try the Eclipsian Monolith. That sounds like fun, why not? So Sector 1 of the Eclipsian Monolith. Let's see what interesting thing this gives us. So like I said, it's really the only thing I can think of. It's very much reminiscent of like a Zelda dungeon. You know, you get the new item, it's like, oh, this dungeon has like the hook shot, and then there's a whole bunch of hook shot puzzles. It's kind of like that. There's a lot of different ways to go here. Let's just, oh boy, what is this? It's a sliding block puzzle. My goodness, here we go, dude. Okay, so it's like that. Okay, so is this, can I push this? Wait, oh, I see. Or do I see? See, this opens this. Oh, that was the, I didn't realize this was the block, hilariously. For some reason, I thought that was just a wall. Okay, so we push that there, that's gonna open that. And then we push this all the way down here. Ta-da! Okay, so this one just appears to be, okay, there's 6 rooms, you just gotta go into each room, just do the puzzle, get out, and activates the thing. Okay. And they're all in, like, you know, different veins like this. Like I said, the first one's very linear, this one's just, literally, you're in a main room, and you do all the trials in each of, like, the smaller rooms, and it'll activate the bigger room. There was a golfing optional dungeon, which, I mean, I thought was kind of interesting. I wasn't very good at it. It was interesting, though. I see. Okay, so we have to do that. Move this over here, push this down. Wait a minute, that's wrong, actually. We do this. Yeah, I understand now. We do like that, I believe. And we go to here? Maybe? Wait, yeah, no. Yeah, that's right. Get this out of here. We don't need that there at all. And then we just push this down because we can't step on the spikes, I would presume. Move this there. And then push this on the main thing. There we go. Okay, so like this one is block puzzles, which, I mean, given my history of playing Epic Battle Fantasy V, I honestly should be pretty good at this point, I think. I should have a very basic understanding of how block puzzles are supposed to work. So this seems like... Yeah, that's what I thought would happen. I thought it would push it right back, you just have to do it fast. There you go. Nice and simple, that one. It's very quick on the draw there. And there are some people out here. Hello. Yeah, I thought you might shoot projectiles at me. Just gonna, I think I'm just gonna slash these guys. I guess I should use my staff. Well, actually, I shouldn't have used that one. Well, that did nothing. You know what, I found the sword just feels way better. I mean, if you have the mana, the staff is probably great, but I don't really have a whole lot of it, and it doesn't regen in combat. So I've basically just been using essentially just the sword. And that's been doing absolute wonders for me. Oops. Okay, so I understand. We basically, well, no, wait, yeah, we need to, this is wrong. This is immediately wrong. We actually need to keep that there, so I can push this up, get that, that opens that, knock this over yonder, which does something, and I need to move this out of its little hidey hole. So then, move that down and move this over. And we're essentially just we need to move that around. Let's move that over there. We have to bring the yellow out of this little hole, because that's gonna have to go on the across area. This can move out here to there. You move the red right there. Move the pink down there. Move the yellow all the way down yonder. Ooh, wait, I need the blue, don't I? I do need the blue. Okay, well, congratulations, blue. You are moving off of that. I need you over here. Let's just move you down. Let's just move this up. And move you in there. And then we can get the yellow there, and then we move the blue back. And there we go. Just like so. Wait a second. No, I need to move this out. I need to move that out so I can get this there. And then move, okay. This was actually a lot, there was a lot more steps to this than I initially thought as I was solving it. Okay, no, we're good though, we're good. I'm good at block puzzles, dude. I can do it. I'm very practiced at block puzzles, I understand. Oh, that already opens with only 4 done. What were to happen if I do all of them? Oh, maybe I just get the Valor Medal, actually. That's probably what happens. Okay, well, I mean, we're getting the Valor Medal. I mean, I can't resist not getting it. So I need to do that, move this there. Then I can just chuck that in the hole. And, wait, do I just... Okay. I was very confused. I thought there was a little bit more to it than that. I was just like, I'm unsure about this. Okay. There we go, we do that. And then last one. Last one for the big money, for the Ulora. I think I understand. So it's just going to be a whole thing of we just have to keep moving around the blue and the red. So we move that down, move this over to there. That's going to open this path, and we move this up, and then over there. Bam. Simple. Yep, that gives us the Valor Medal. That's what I thought. And there's going to be some enemies here, and I'm going to honestly completely avoid them, because I don't really need to deal with them right now. I'm here for the Valor Medal. I'm going to take that, and take my leave. Have a good day, sirs. And so there you go. That was a taste of, like, the different dungeons in the actual game. And to me, at least, so far, they seem pretty varied and actually pretty interesting. Like, this is a fun game I can imagine myself, like, relaxing to and getting those, like, old Zelda vibes almost, you know? Because it's like, oh, man, I wish there was... On an unrelated note, I really wish that, like, Specifically, the N64 Zeldas had more dungeons, but you know, that's just a me thing. Because the Zelda dungeons are always fun. I mean, some of them are a little bit hellish, but this comparatively is, I think, pretty pleasant. And there's some things where you're like, oh, I wasn't sure about that. The block puzzle one wasn't too bad, I don't think. The lantern one, I was thinking a bit more on it. And so one last thing to consider about this, and I particularly love this, is this game actually has an editor. So like if I wanted to make a level, let's say something by your boy, right? We go into there, and I didn't really explore the options here too much, especially because it's more of a thing that takes a lot of time to actually do, you know? But let me show you some of like the tools that you have on here. So like this is your first room, right? This is your first general room. You can go to your rooms down here and you can modify things. Like if you want, when somebody comes in this room, you can choose it like to play, oh, the music from the Eclipsian Monolith or the music from the Mine. You also put some ambience on there. There's not really a lot to choose from right now. Keep in mind, this game was still in development before it was kind of like pulled off the store. I mean, it's still on the store, you just can't, you know, access it. So you can maybe put like some ambience to it. You can even do different sorts of lighting, the default camera angle when you go into the room, things like that. Then you can also change like how big it is. Like let's say we want this to be a really long room, right? So we might just like have it just go down this way for a little while, make it like maybe like 5 big. And you can change different things. You can change the wall styles. You can change, so like let's say I have the wall styles be like this. The colors to it, let's have it be like black, I guess. Secondary, we can have it be gold. So just a whole bunch of stuff. There's a whole bunch of customization when it comes to this. And you can essentially, from this, build your own dungeons. Which, at least to me, is super appealing. Because I absolutely adore games like where you can build your own stuff. Like, especially, like, I have spent so much time, especially in, like, my middle school, high school days, on, like, Halo, building different custom games, or, if you've ever heard of it, a game called Trials, specifically Trials Evolution, doing a bunch of different maps for there. So, when it comes to map editors, I really do like to see them in games, and I think it would work really well in this one, considering the fact that, you know, this is a thing where it essentially gives you aspects of mechanics, right? So let's say the lantern, you never saw me use it, but there's like a grapple hook you can use, or like the thing where you pick up objects, and you can essentially try to combine all these mechanics, and it's like you're making your own dungeons, which is super neat. So really, I think that's going to do it for VentureVerse. I do hope this game still does like get worked on and eventually, you know, gets re-released again, because I think it's, granted, while it's a bit of a more niche game, I think, for the people that like this sort of thing, and once again, I'm going to say it again, I must have reiterated a million times, very reminiscent of Zelda dungeons. If you're like into specifically that sort of thing, without all the other aspects of Zelda, it's more so just focused on like, go in the dungeon, do some stuff, yeah? If you're into that, I think you'll really like this game. So, even if you can't get it, I will still put the link in the description so you can at least maybe keep an eye on it, perhaps when it does eventually get put back on the store again for everyone to download. But that being said, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.